Welcome to Unleashing Human Potential, a leadership insight series from ATW Training Solutions, where we share practical leadership ideas to help you empower your people, elevate performance, and build stronger organizations. Each episode delivers a quick leadership insight you can use immediately.
Hi, I'm Todd McDonald, founder and president of ATW Training Solutions. Let's unleash the potential in you, your people, and your business. Every leader is trying to grow something. For some, it's the entire organization. For others, it's a department, a team, or maybe an area of responsibility. But here's where many leaders struggle. They try to scale without understanding what stage they're in. Because scaling isn't one move, it's a progression. And each stage requires a different kind of leadership. Let me give you a quick example. We worked with a department leader, we'll call him Mark. He'd been asked to expand his team's impact across the organization. Demand for his team's work was growing fast. They were getting more requests, more visibility, more pressure. So Mark did what many leaders do. He pushed harder. He had more meetings. There was more activity. There was more urgency. But despite all the effort, things started to break down. Deadlines slipped. Roles got blurry. Frustration increased. The issue wasn't effort. The issue was this. Mark was leading as if he were in the growth stage, but his team was actually in the building stage. That's when we introduced a simple framework, the 4 stages of scaling impact: build, scale, optimize, and grow. And this applies whether you're leading a company or a team of 5. Stage 1, build, is about foundation. That's where you define, what are we responsible for? Who do we serve? What does success look like? For a team, this might mean clarifying roles, priorities, and expectations. For an organization, it's purpose, values, and direction. But here's the key. Clarity matters more than speed. Because when you rush this stage, confusion shows up later. Maybe in decisions, accountability, or performance. Stage 2 is scale. Scale is where momentum starts. You're seeing results. Demand is increasing. People are counting on you. Leadership in this stage is about execution and energy. But here's the trap. What worked when things were small starts to break when things get bigger. You have more people, more complexity, more moving parts. And that leads to the stage most leaders try to avoid, stage 3, which is optimize. This is where discipline enters. Optimization is about getting the right people in the right roles. It's about clarifying how work gets done. And it's about creating systems and processes that drive consistency. This is where Mark had to shift. Instead of just pushing harder, he clarified team roles, he standardized how work was prioritized, and he created a simple process for communication and decision-making. And here's what happened. The chaos decreased, the team became more confident, and performance became more consistent. You see, optimization doesn't slow you down. It creates a structure that allows you to sustain growth. Stage 4 is grow. Now you're ready to expand your impact. This could look like maybe taking on more responsibility, or expanding your team's influence, or maybe even innovating how you deliver value. At this stage, leaders shift again. It's less about reacting and more about intentionally creating the future. And this is where Mark finally got to. You see, once his team had clarity and structure, they didn't just keep up with demand, they started shaping it. And here's why this matters more than ever. Across industries, we're seeing leaders asked to do more with less. They've got leaner teams, they got faster expectations, they got constant change. And in that environment, the instinct is to push harder. But sustainable growth doesn't come from more effort alone. It comes from leading differently at each stage. So here's your takeaway. You can't skip stages, and you can't lead every stage the same way. If you try to scale without building clarity, you create confusion. If you try to grow without optimizing, you create chaos. But when you align your leadership to the stage that you're in, everything starts to move with more focus, more consistency, and more impact. So here's your challenge this week. I want you to take 10 minutes and ask yourself and your team one simple question. What stage are we really in right now? Build, scale, optimize, or grow? Then follow up with this. Are we leading in a way that matches that stage? If you're in build, focus on clarity. If you're in scale, focus on execution. If you're in optimize, focus on discipline and systems. And if you're in grow, focus on expansion and innovation. And most importantly, pick one action that better aligns your leadership to where you are. Because remember, growth isn't just about getting bigger. It's about getting better at the right time, in the right way.
Thanks for listening to Unleashing Human Potential, a leadership insight series from ATW Training Solutions. For more leadership insights and resources to help you develop your people and strengthen your organization, visit atwtraining.com. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep unleashing human potential.